I can't believe I just watched this movie and it's like freaking 13 years old or something. Happy Spookies, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. And today we're going to go ahead and talk about 2009's Orphan.
I'm ready to adopt.
Adopting an older child is not an easy decision.
My name is Esther.
Why aren't you down at the party?
I've never really seen the point of it. I guess I'm different. Is this your house?
It's your home, too.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is our new student, and I'd like you all to make her feel very welcome today.
Oh, look. Little Bo Peep texts me. She wants her outfit back.
I think there's something wrong with Esther.
That's the story.
Directed by Juame Colette Serra. I'm sure I said that wrong. So if you're not familiar with the movie, it's all about this family who, after trying to conceive their third child, unfortunately something ends up happening and it's some sort of miscarriage or something, end up adopting another child. They go and seek to a sort of like church or something like that, where there's a bunch of little kids, but one kid catches their eye. Esther, a 9-year-old girl from Russia who has just nobody to love her. And shortly after adopting her, Esther's true colors begin to show, which are a little bit violent and disturbing. Dude, I cannot believe I just watched this movie. Holy heck. I remember when this came out too. I totally remember this coming out, but this was before I was like super into horror movies. So back then I would watch horror movies, but I wasn't like, a fan or anything like that. And I just blew it off, brushed it off. I just thought, what is this? Some kid killer? This is stupid. No, it was not. It was not stupid. It was freaking terrifying. The movie stars Vera Farmiga as Kate. We have Peter Sarsgaard as John. We have Isabel Furman as Esther. We have CCH Pounder as Sister Abigail. And we have Jimmy Bennett as Daniel, as well as Margot Martindale as Dr. Branning, Ariana Engineer as Max. First, I want to go ahead and say that the acting was really good in this movie, especially coming from the younger daughter in the movie, Ariana Engineer as Max. Wow. Also, I thought the brother in the movie was really freaking annoying. But this girl was playing a deaf person and she did such a phenomenal job, I thought, with just acting by facial expressions alone. There's times where she's happy and then there's times where she's absolutely petrified because of Esther, of course. I enjoyed the relationship between the husband and wife. It wasn't perfect at all. They've had some mishaps in the past. They both have mistakes. The father has some sort of like cheating issue. The mom, she was an alcoholic back then and she passed out drunk while watching the kid, and there was like an accident where the kid almost died. But now they're obviously trying to rekindle everything, just let bygones be bygones, move on. And there's like funny interactions between them where like she's just like, why don't you spend some fucking time with them? And then he's like, all right, bitch. And they just kind of laugh about it. I really enjoyed that. But obviously the main star of the movie is freaking Isabel Furman as Esther. Like, wow, holy hell, this little girl was terrifying, dude. And she was supposed to be like mature for her age.
Because little girls are the devil.
I think the story was really interesting, especially when they took it and you found out exactly what's going on with Esther and her past and things like that. That was a real neat little twist. Going into this movie, again, it's a 13-year-old movie. I kind of knew a little bit about it. Like, I knew this girl was a killer. I didn't know too much other. I thought it was like some sort of magic or something. I thought she was like a witch for some reason. I had this idea in my head that she was just some like witch in this little girl's body for some reason. But it was not that. It was a more scientific explanation as to what's going on, and she's just fucking psycho. Also, seeing Vera Farmiga's character struggle with like alcoholism, that really just hit differently. Also, parts where kids were in danger, that really just hits a lot differently. So I never realized how tense a playground scene can be, but this movie has a scene where there's a playground, like kids on a playground, and that shit felt like I was watching Jaws and I was just waiting. I could hear the music in my head, doo-doo, as this one kid like walks around just waiting for something to happen to her. All right, so if you haven't seen the movie, go ahead and check it out. It's on Paramount Plus. You can go ahead and rent it probably on a VOD or something like that if you don't have that. There are two scenes in this movie that really just like still stick with me. And the first scene was the one I already talked about a little bit, was the playground scene. So let's fast forward a little bit. By this time that we're on the playground, Esther has already been adopted by this new family and she's already been enrolled at school. She's getting bullied at school by some freaking little annoying ass girl.
Oh, look. Little Bo Peep texts me. She wants her outfit back.
Who, I don't know, this girl needs to get slapped 100%. But anyway, yeah, she's been getting bullied by her, right? So when finally at the park, she's at the park with her dad. Esther sees the girl bully there, and the whole time Esther is just dogging the fuck out of her, just staring her down. And you can tell that that girl feels super uncomfortable. But at one point, the girl looks and Esther's just gone, and she's on the playground and she's walking through the playground. And it's just like this scene where it's just very, I don't know why it was so tense, but just seeing this girl make her way through the playground, every corner she was kind of like slowly looking around to see if Esther was going to be there. And you know it's coming. Like if you, by this point in the movie, you know it's freaking coming. And when it finally happens, she gets pushed out all the way down, breaks her freaking leg. It looked pretty gnarly too. Luckily, they even said this, luckily other scene in this movie that I thought was just terrifying was the part where the mom drops off the kids at school. At this point, Esther has like tore a hole into Daniel's backpack. So when he's walking up the stairs to school, all the books fall out, causing the mom to come outside the car for some reason and help him out, leaving the freaking younger daughter, Max, in the car seat, in the back seat. I don't know. It's crazy that she would do that to me, in my opinion. Like, why this kid just couldn't pick up his own books. Esther takes this opportunity to freaking put the car in neutral and let go of the emergency brake. And it just makes, it's the scene where the girl is just like closing her eyes, hoping she'll be okay. And she's in the back seat. She can't do nothing. The car's just reversing. And it's just going down this road. It was so terrifying. I never want to imagine something like that, man. Oh. Also, you know what scene was crazy? Was freaking Esther trying to seduce the husband. And it's like this little girl, dude. That shit made me feel so uncomfortable, dude. I was like, what is happening? But that's her MO. At one point, we find out the backstory about her, and she's got like this illness that causes like some sort of like proportional dwarfism. So she's got like the body of a kid, but she's really was born in like 1970 something. She's like 33 years old. She'll get adopted by a family and like try to seduce the husband and then like freaking kill them and burn the freaking family and all this shit. And that's what she was trying to do. And she tries to do that with this guy. And it's just so weird. It is so weird. And our dude is drunk, but thankfully he just fucking is like, what the fuck? Get the fuck to your room. What are you wearing? She's like got this dress, makeup, all this stuff. And this is where shit hits the fan. She ends up like stabbing the hell out of the dad. But I really want to get to the part where after he told her to get to the room, she like disappears or something. He goes looking for her and he's looking through her room and he notices that the black light unveils like some sort of like paintings on the wall. So he starts waving the black light around the whole room and you just see all these paintings that are just violent and disturbing and sexual. There's like two big murals of like obviously him and Esther picturing herself as like an older woman, you know, like them like just together. It was fucking wild, dude. This whole movie was surprisingly really fucking good. Like I went in with little expectations. The reason I wanted to watch this is because I guess the new one, which is a prequel to this movie, is coming out just around the corner. Today is what? Today is July 26th, so I'm not entirely sure when it's coming out, but I just know it's coming out very soon. So overall, I had no issues with this movie. It was just enjoyable from beginning to start. It was a neat story, kept you intrigued. It's 2 hours, I guess. No, I would say normally at this time I'd say maybe shorten it, but no, I think it needed to be 2 hours to kind of fit in all the little pieces and stuff like that. You get little pieces of backstory of what happened with the mom and the incident with Matt. You don't get it right away. You get it in like I said, little pieces. I enjoyed that, and it slowly just starts building up to that climax, which is just well worth the whole movie in my opinion. Awesome movie. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Happy spookies.
Fucking spend some time with her then.
All right, bitch.